All right, NFL sources for the Denver Broncos said that they would like to have La'el Collins on their front five. Now, before La'el Collins hit the streets or what have you, they would like to offer the Cowboys a late round draft pick so that they would not go into bidding wars for La'el Collins if the Cowboys are foolishly going to release La'el Collins. They would like to take a jab and see what La'el Collins can do for their organization. Reason why I say foolish, because La'el Collins is a clear good player for this particular team. Now, we do have the emergence of Terrence Steele that's pretty much played out of his mind last season, but depth is depth. What happened if Terrence Steele go down? Who else you will put there? And on top of that, you got versatility with La'el Collins. He can play inside, and as well as he can play on the outside, guard or tackle. So, and the mindset of the Cowboys is getting rid of a La'el Collins because he may not fit, whether it be personal reasonings or it may be the fact that he don't want to lose out in his spot as starting right tackle. Cowboys got to stand in the way of this, and they got to make sure that they get something back in return from La'el Collins outside of a late round draft pick. But sources close to the Denver Broncos said that they would really like to have La'el Collins in their particular uniform with that orange crazy mess on him. But neither here nor there. As far as the Cowboys utilizing La'el Collins, they need to look into the mirror and say to themselves, all right, we got this guy, and I know that we can designate him to be cut post-June or what have you and save $10 million. Yeah, that's cool and all. But I look at it like this. In this particular draft in the year 2022 or even the year 2023, you would not find a right tackle in the third, fourth, or fifth round better than La'el Collins, nor I can say this, you won't find a right tackle or guard that's in the second round that's better than La'el Collins. So somehow the Cowboys need to figure that part out and say, you know what, whatever it may be, we need to hold on to him at least until we can get a better pick or better rate of return from Terrence Steele. We got to know more from Terrence Steele. And keep in mind, Terrence Steele as the swing tackle, he can play that right tackle and left tackle. But if you cutting your legs from up under you, if you get rid of La'el Collins, because now you don't have that luxury. Now, of course, the Cowboys can go into the draft and draft a player, but that's still a growing pain that you will have to wait for that investment. It's better to keep La'el Collins. We got to do that. And we as Cowboy fans, I understand that La'el Collins, when you look at his overall pedigree, you say, yeah, you know, he came into this league undrafted, but, man, he was solid for us, especially at guard. And then he transitioned from guard to tackle, made that movement, and every year he became better and better at tackle. But then he hit the wall. He didn't play none of 2020, and then 2021, just last season, we got a chance to see him struggle a little bit, but he came in and had to play himself into shape. But he only gave up 1 sack this past season, and yes, he had 8 penalties. But I'm looking at the fact that, hey, giving up only 1 sack, that's a good thing. Now, he gave up 3 or 4 sacks in 2019. But outside of that, he's not like this guy that you look at and say, well, it's going to be 7 or 10 sacks that he's given up. No, or crazy blown assignments. It's just a matter of circumstances that Terrence Steele stepped up and gave him a good, strong competition. But that's what competition is about. And for the Cowboys to just release him to save for this year, if they release him before, I believe the start of the new year is like $1.3 million. Yes, that's cool. But you got to get something back more for La'el Collins. And I believe that the Cowboys really need to look into this and say to themselves, at this point, we got to get a better rate of return from the players that move on from here.
He ain't lying.
That's my thoughts on it. So, like I said, let me repeat. A source close to the Denver Broncos saying that they hold La'el Collins to high regards and they would like to see him in their uniform. And they are willing to give the Cowboys a low round draft pick, hey, why not? And see what they can do to get him instead of allowing La'el Collins to be cut and then hit the open market, and then they have to bid on it. And that drives the price up. So I think the Cowboys, since the Denver Broncos reached out to them first, or since they released that information, I think the Cowboys hold the high cards in this one, and they need to be able to play Texas Hold'em a little bit better and get something back better as far as the rates of return from the Denver Broncos if they do decide to trade him to the Denver Broncos. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC for life. Salute.